Here I've been talking the whole time, guys, and I had my mic turned off. Okay, so back to where I was, what I had just said. I'm going to repeat what I just said. Thanks for coming. Welcome to all you guys on Facebook and YouTube. We've got some new viewers tuning in tonight. Um, we're going to start doing some readings here. We had a rough night last night. I ended up wanting to do a second live stream, but wasn't able to get doing that. Here I've been talking the whole time, guys. There we go. So now it's so we've got that under control now. Okay, so we got that all figured out. My hair is like everywhere. I'm just like so hot. So I have I'm streaming to both Facebook and YouTube, and like I say, we have what we're gonna do tonight is I'm gonna be making a list for both YouTube and Facebook side, and we'll go till we have like 20 people on each list, and the list is gonna fill up rather quickly, so it's best to get on early. I will be picking people from the comments. People that haven't had readings before, I'm going to give priority to. If you've had a reading with me before and you've tuned into my live streams before, I'm going to give priority to people that haven't had an opportunity to have a reading done by me for free during a live stream. If you're a regular, if we have time at the end, then we'll try to squeeze you all in. But I want to kind of get it to where there are people that are new that haven't had an opportunity that, are patiently waiting and we just can't get to them because we're doing like everybody else. So we're going to give priority to new people tuning in. And then we're going to alternate between YouTube and Facebook. So I'll pick somebody from the YouTube side, then I'll pick somebody from the Facebook side, and we'll alternate back and forth, just so that everybody on both sides of the streams gets an opportunity to get a reading. Donations will take priority. So if you make a donation, you'll get put to the top of the list and guarantee your reading during the live stream. What else is there? If you make a donation, you'll end up getting a loyalty stamp, meaning that after you get 6 stamps, you'll get a free reading, 15-minute reading free after 6 donations. And that can be for any amount of donations, as long as you make 6. So it's like a little stamp card. I've got that going. So if you make a donation, you'll get a bonus stamp, and you'll get an opportunity to have a additional 15-minute reading done after you made 6 donations, and they can be for any amount. What else is there? We're going to be holding raffles and draws in the group. So if you want to tune into the group, there is a link in the description box. Please follow it and join the group, where you can end up winning free readings, raffles, or discounts off your reading, or earn a free reading. So that's where you can be able to find opportunities to gain those. It'll also be for people that are in the group. You'll get special price discounting, so you'll end up getting a better price than what people that aren't in the group. So it's a good thing to be in the group, because then if you book a private reading, and they start anywhere from 18 and they can run all the way up to like $60 to $80 for a reading, depending on the style of reading. But you'll end up getting like maybe $5 or $10 off, depending on what we're doing for the deal of the day or the week. But you'll be able to find all those opportunities either on my page or in the group. But you'll get better pricing if you're in the group. So make sure that you check that out. What else is there? Any other news? I'm going to be trying to go live every day, because I know there's so many people that tune in and that want readings, and I'm not able. Hang on one sec. I'm doing a live stream. Can I call you back? Sure. Cold Cut Trio. So, what else? What was I just saying? Okay. So you'll get opportunities for discounts and everything there. So we're gonna go and check in on the chat. I know there's a lot of you just commenting like crazy. So we are going to see what's going on. So if you've been here, if you're new here, please comment that you're new. And when I'm dealing with somebody, doing someone's reading, right below where it says free paid readings and first $7 donation 3 cards, where that will be is the person's comment will show up there. So you'll be able to see who I'm reading for. I'm gonna try to keep on top of that so that you know who your reading is for. I'm not able to timestamp any readings, so if I have any of my moderators on the Facebook side or YouTube side, if you could timestamp the readings for the person that we're reading for, your on your platform, then we can do that. So, Marcela Rios, I see your comment first here, and I know that you're new, so we'll see what we can pick up for you. Oh, I guess I need my cards. Okay, so oops. Okay. All right, so we have some new people showing up here. I'm just gonna go through this. So Amanda K. Springer, Marcella. Okay, so I'm gonna start writing some names down because I know that you guys have commented and I don't want to leave anybody out. So we've got Marcella, and this list is gonna fill up pretty quick, but I'm trying to keep on top of it. Amanda Springer. Kristen Becca, I'm going to put you a little bit further down because we gave you a reading on the last one about that. So we can check in with that a little bit later. So I'll put your name on the list, but I'll put you towards the bottom. I want to try to give the new people a chance to get a reading. Tamara Forever, how are you doing? Indra. Williams. And 0701 1970. And you want a love reading. Okay, hang on, let me do this again. I need more room here. Give me 1 sec here. Okay, so Facebook. I'm just going to rewrite this. YouTube. Okay. So we have. Where did it go now? Marcella on Facebook. Amanda Springer. And then Andrea Williams. 0701 71. We want love. Okay, and then Whitney. And then write a reading Whitney. Okay, so let me just get through these comments, you guys, and we'll get started. I'm just getting. So Cassandra, you wanted a reading? Whitney, Kissing, general, or. But it all depends. When I get to you, I guess you can kind of decide if you want a reading or you want a mediumship. Jay Couture. Okay, so I'm putting names down. So if your name is on the list, you will get a reading, but you'll end up having to wait a bit of time because I do the readings usually I spend about 5 to 10 minutes on each one, so you get a very good reading you know, for, you know, I'll try to keep them to 5 so we can get through as many people as possible. Jasmine Moffat. Okay. So Jazzy. Okay, Jade. Okay, so Jade Kuchar. I got you. Lily Packard Vasquez. Okay, this is gonna be a little bit. Okay, so everybody that I have on the list right now is Amanda Springer, Marcella, Amanda Springer, Indra Williams, Whitney McKisson, and Jade Kuchar. You guys are on the list. Okay, so I figured out the sound. Okay, so Darla Leanne made a donation. Give me 1 sec. Let me just find out. Hang on 1 sec here. Did you make it through PayPal or did you send an EMT? Because you can send either through PayPal or you can send electronic money transfer. And the email, I go by my email for the EMTs. So you can send that via the EMT, and then you can let me know if you sent via PayPal or sent via EMT, and then I can check to make sure that I received it. So Darla Leanne, I don't know. Please check and see if I received yours. It takes a few minutes just to get going here, guys, so just hang in there. So where did you send it, Darla? No sound, no sound, no sound. Okay. Amanda. Yeah, that was, it got me frustrated after that because it still didn't stop. And then she got home and she's like, I'm so sorry. But neither here nor there. It's, you know. All right, so may I get on the list? Tamara Forever. I'll put you on the YouTube side. Okay, so you're on the list, Tamara. Is Ashley with me? Oh, Ashley Vasquez. Ashley Boo. You changed your name. Can you be added? Sheila Mosley. Okay, let's get this list done here and then we'll get started. Okay. Not to contact. First corner. Ashley, do you want to mod tonight? Can you moderate? Because once I get started readings, it's hard for me to be able to watch who wants a reading or not. Amanda Springer. I'm new here. Whitney, welcome. Jazzy J. Okay. Rowena put. Thank you for sharing, Rowena. Cassandra Forner, love you too. Thanks for the hearts. Darla Leanne. Okay, let me just check. You sent an EMT. Okay, 1 second. Did you send a $10 e-transfer? Is that the one you sent? Okay, I'm just going down. I'm not going to sit here and EMT. Okay. And it went directly in. Okay, so $10. Yeah, I did get it. So I just want to make sure that I know that you have Okay, so let me write your name down, Darla. Darla A. Camilla 5 cards. Okay. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Jazzy J, you're on the list. Okay. Let me just make sure that there was nothing that I missed. Nathan Keith, yes, I want to put you on the list, Nathan. Because we were supposed to do you last night and we didn't get a chance to come back and do it. So your name is on the list. Kelsey Morgan, okay. Yeah, we can, I have to get a candle. I always have a candle lit when I do my mediumships. So I'd have to get a candle, but let me just grab that. Okay, so I got the candle. Got my candle. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so Marcella, we're going to do you, then we're going to do Darla, and then Tamara Forever, then Amanda Springer, then Sheila Mosley, then Indra Williams is how it's going to go. Because we're going Facebook, YouTube, Facebook, YouTube. Misty, would you like to be on the list? So I'll put you on the YouTube side, Misty. Ashley, where have you been? Okay, so let's see. Talissa, what's going on, girl? So Nathan, you're on the list. Maylin's MMK. No, I'm talking to Marcella. I have to find her name. Go all the way back up now. Marcella. Her name was Marcella Rios. Are you here? Marcella Rios. Okay, so I'm waiting for Marcella Rios. And I think for the people that do make donations tonight, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put your name on a wheel, and I am going to make a spin. I'm going to spin the wheel to see who wins an additional 15-minute free reading. So if you guys make a donation, your name will get put on the wheel, and we'll have a donation raffle tonight. So make a donation, you'll get on the wheel, we'll spin it, and we'll see if you earn an extra additional free 15-minute private reading with me after. So make a donation, and you'll be able to be put on the wheel. Give me 1 sec. Okay. Okay, so if you want to be put on the wheel, let me know and make a donation. So Darla, you will be put on the wheel because you made a donation. So we'll put your name on. Darla. Darla again. Okay, so we've got Darla on there. All right, so Marcella is not here. Mediumship is $20. I forgot to put that in there. First time watching, I appreciate delivering your phone. Thank you. So Marcella's not here. So Tamara Forever. And I'm not going to sit and wait too long between calling your name and if you're here, then you're here. If you're not here when I call your name, then you get bumped off the list and you miss your turn. So I'm not going to waste any time here. So Tamara Forever. Tamara Forever, are you here now? Tamara Forever? You were just here. Okay, so Tamara Forever is not here. So Darla, love reading for you. Yes, Darla Leanne. I love reading for Darla. Okay. So are you looking for love, or are you in a relationship right now? Just so that I can pinpoint what we're reading, what we're looking for. If we're looking for love, or are we in love? Just let me know if you're in a relationship or not in a relationship, please. So that I can make it a little bit easier instead of trying to guess if you're in one, or your feelings, or it's relating to feelings, or how it's working, or love reading for Darla Leanne. What are the messages for Darla Leanne? You're dating, okay. Okay. So you get 5 cards, Darla. Are things not going too well right now, Darla? I'm getting kind of a feeling here from what I've drawn for you that maybe the topic of marriage has come up, and either you're shying away from the idea of marriage, or they're shying away from the idea of marriage. But you have a successful relationship. But I feel that somebody wants to take it to the next level. Like somebody wants to go like to the next level. They don't want to be just dating. Have you been dating for a while, or is this like a new relationship, or has it gone really quickly into like the stage of, next level kind of relationship? Has there been discussions of marriage? Nay. Okay, because the marriage card that's coming up is in reverse, so and beside it is a page and a queen. So you're both are not interested in the marriage or taking it to that level. But the thing is, I feel that neither one of you is ever going to be ready for marriage within this relationship. I don't think the dynamic will be, or the idea of marriage will ever kind of cross your guys' path. It's not marriage potential circumstances, but you're both kind of, you're not standing right side up into the idea of marriage. So you're definitely not wanting to take this to the next level. With the marriage card in reverse, I'm also seeing that, the relationship is successful. It's good as it is now. Like there's nothing really coming up for you as far as any troublesome spots or anything going on like that you should be worried about. If you're going through troubles now, know that you'll get through them, that they will come to an end. Like you won't have to. There's a new cycle beginning for you guys. Like there's a new energy coming in for your relationship. So you could either be taking it to like a more of a commitment, or there's changes and things going on that might have you worried, and maybe that's why you're thinking that there might be some trouble, some spots coming up. But just know that that old stuff that you guys are dealing with or that you've gone through is just falling away, so that you guys can start bringing in new energy together. Because you do have a successful relationship, it's working for you. Um, you know, However, it is working. It is working for you. Um, like there's nothing to really be concerned about. I don't feel that there's any major, you know, speed bumps in the way coming in right now. I'm gonna pull a couple more cards here because I want to know more. Does your partner have a lot of challenges, or it might be facing a lot of challenges when it comes to relationships, though? You just met him last night? Okay, so that's why it's like, wow, okay, quick. Okay. There might be a lot of challenges surrounding him. In other words, it could be a challenging situation when dealing with him. He might be a very challenging person to deal with. Um, but I don't feel that this is really, relationship potential for you. Like I don't feel that this is really, going to be like one of those extreme, whirlwind romances or anything that's going to give you a really like excitement. Like I feel like it's kind of like a humdrum kind of, it works, it's kind of there. But I'm not feeling anything that's like over energetic about this relationship, or the movement of this. I think it's a situation, because we do have the death card that came out, so it's not going to last. It's not going to be a long term situation. It's not going to have that long term potential going in. So if it's something that you're looking at, but I feel that he's a very challenging person. He has a lot of um, challenges that surround him, whether that be personal issues or external issues. But there's a lot of complication to this person, right? Hang on a second, guys. 1 second. We're blocking. I don't need somebody coming onto my live stream and be posting like that. And I'll talk to you guys about these kind of spellcasters. I wouldn't. You're capable of doing it well on your own. You don't need somebody else to do it for you. And I'll even show you guys how to do that. So don't even think anything about so. But he's very complex. Like he has a lot of stuff. This could be a lot of things going on around him, or a lot of challenges that he has going on. So it could be either, um, a very active or very challenging, or um, but he's very busy. There's a lot of action and a lot of movement around him, whether it be work related, or personal, or whatever it may be. With the Eight of Wands, it shows a lot of forward movement, like direction wise. But it's very very complex, or very challenging. So this could mean that it could raise challenges within the relationship for not being as available if he's very busy and he's not, going to be available to you. There's a lot of movement around him. Um, he's not really the type of person I'm finding him to be. Is he's very laid back, very relaxed though. But he doesn't let a lot get to him. Like he's very um, very kind of go with the flow kind of energy. Um, he's not the type of person though that likes to take that's very adventurous. That likes to take new experiences, and he's kind of like you know he's not the type of person that kind of lives on the edge, or wants to go and try different things and new things all the time. He's kind of in his pathway, and he's kind of set in his ideas and the way that he wants to operate. He's more structured and more stick to the path, than veering off and enjoying the scenery. You know what I mean? um, Maybe he doesn't have the time to do that, but he doesn't have the ability or the the allowable energy to do that. So this could be um, due to his being active in other areas. He doesn't really have a lot of time for adventure, or maybe not liking the outdoors, or doing a lot of traveling. Um, but your energy is, you're a you're an open book. Anything that he wants to know, you're willing to give. You don't really keep too much to yourself, or keep your life or your experiences in your life private, or kind of to yourself for the first while. You just kind of spill over and give it all, and just kind of open I'm an open book, so let's read. um, let's jump right in, and he's chill with that. you know um, he's very secure with himself. He doesn't really have to worry about too much, um, financially or anything. Like he's set, and um, very financially secure, very stable in all areas of his life. Whether that be personal, professional, or um, intimate. He's very relaxed. Doesn't really, have too much requests. He's very just kind of go with the flow kind of energy. Um, you're more like the open book, though. You just let everything kind of, here I am. This is me, and whatever you want to know, just ask me, and I'll tell you, right? Um, he is very strong. He's coming in as the King of Pentacles, so he's got the security and the financial backing, and he's very, he's said where he wants to go. He's made it to where he's found success and wants to stay there. He's coming as the King of Pentacles. It's taken him different avenues. He's gone through different things in his life that have really structured his path. Like he's made a few transitions in his life, where things might have not worked out, so they took a different path. So to get where he is now, he's taken a couple different paths or different routes to get to where he's been. He hasn't really, his opportunities have kind of led him, his experiences have brought him and to the position that he is now. But he's had to take a couple couple left or right turns off the path. Let's see. You're coming in as a very fire. You're coming in as a air. I don't know who is the air sign and who is the fire sign. With okay, so I don't know who is the air and who is the fire, or there's also, I have water here as well, Cancer energy showing up. Um, but you guys are very like equal levels. Like I feel that you guys are equally balanced for each other. Like what you've got going on kind of complements what he's got going on, and what he's got going on will end up complementing your energy. Like the two together, you'll have balance. Like you'll be pretty even killed. Like no person's going to be like, one person's going to be up and the other person's going to be down. Like you're going to be very in tune and very in sync with each other. You may find that your thoughts and everything kind of melt together for the first while. Like you'll be thinking about something, he'll finish the sentence, or you'll be thinking of something, he'll be thinking about the same thing. Like you'll be very in sync together. You're the Virgo, so that's Earth. I'm not getting any Earth here. I'm getting. Do you have fire or the only one I'm getting is yeah, because I'm getting like a water, fire, and air. Water, fire, and air. Water, fire, air. Um, yeah, the Virgo. I'm not getting any Virgo energy, so I'm wondering if this is mostly about him and his energy. What is he? Do you know what sign he is? But he's dominant. I wonder if he's showing up as this. Is he very stubborn in the way that he does things? Because the only one that I can see being see, he could be a Libra. He could be a Libra, Aquarius, or a Gemini too. But the sword energy showing up, the air signs, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. It could be the air sign with water or fire in their charts. They could have their rising sign could be water or fire energy. But I'm getting mostly air here and or Capricorn. There's Capricorn here too. It could be air sign with Capricorn or water sign. Cancer. So that's what I'm kind of picking up here. What is the message? What are the messages that we have here? But I don't feel that he's done doing, he's at his end of his road where he wants to stop. Like I don't feel that he's at that position where everything is complete for him. I think there's more that's coming in for him as far as new opportunities coming in. Like at the end of the road, it's not for him to stop wanting more. I think he's just kind of hit a rest point, like a rest stop in his path, and he's going to end up taking another route to get to more success. But I feel that he's gotten there. He's tired, but he wants to continue on. I don't feel that he's at the end of that road of success. Like he's very, he wants to push forward. Like you said, forward driven. He's not yet done reaching that tier for himself. Um, Even though he has everything that he needs now, but there's still more that he wants, and he's wants to go and find it. But I think that adventure side of him has to come out. He needs to become more adventurous. He needs to have more experiences. Adventure with being. It probably won't last. Why do you say that? You're 13 years older. So what? But why does age have to become a problem? Ouch. Age doesn't have to be an issue. I'm dating someone that's 11 years younger than me. That age is is not an issue, you know. And if you both just met, take it slow, you know. Don't just kind of jump into bed and say yeehaw, you know, because he probably wants more children, and you're done. Have you asked him? How do you know? You never know. Maybe he doesn't want more. Does he have any children of himself? So you're not seeing eye to eye. So why would you want to know more about, being or dating this person if you know that it's going to end? Why invest in something that you don't feel is going to last to begin with then? I think that might be fear stepping up there saying, that you're fearful. He's just on me about commitment. You mean he wants to be committed or you want to be committed? So I think this is your fear stepping up and saying, you know, I don't want to open up because I'm a fear of getting hurt. But if he's the one on about commitment, then what is, if he wants more children, it would. Okay. Well, I think you're making it challenging for yourself. I think you're causing these challenges to come up. Um, you have opportunities and options available to you. So it's like you don't want to if you're not seeing eye to eye, right? If this was this way, it'd be different. He wants to, but feels like there's too many others. So this could be the option card that's showing up for you, that there's too many options available for you or him. There are challenges. Like I was saying earlier, there's too many challenges within this dynamic of this relationship. So are you willing to commit with, having to work a little bit and making a relationship work? That's the question. Do you want to invest in something, that you're going to make excuses surrounding and make it feel that, it's about you instead of understanding yourself and what you truly want, and accept that somebody could actually love you and not want to have, expectations within that dynamic when they met you. I don't understand where the fear is stepping up here for you. I think there's things that are going to have to be worked through. There's complications. You feel okay. I don't know. There must be a lag because I'll be talking about something and then it's like you'll say something the opposite of what I'm saying. So you want the commitment or he wants the commitment, first off. Because I think there's too many challenges that are trying to be created and too many options that it's raising insecurities in you. right? So you have to sit down with yourself and you think it's new. You think it's new. Well, you just met the guy last night. Obviously, it is new, right? Or it's a new. Okay, you gotta put the whole thought into the comment, not just half the thought or half the idea of the thought. I think it's insecurities that are creeping up on you. You know, you're the one that's blocking the opportunity of coming forward. If he wants a commitment, and you're letting fear stand in your way of being in a relationship that could be, an amazing relationship in the long run. If those are things that are bothering you, you need to sit down and have those discussions and get it clarified, you know, for your own peace of mind if you need be. If it's that bothersome to you and that whole idea of, worrying about having children and options available and everything is kind of throwing a wrench into the way that you're feeling, you know, you're insecure about or feeling that you're feeling threatened by other females that, you should be proud to be in, a relationship with this fella, you know. You're very confused. You're a confused person right now. You don't know what you want. You're not even sure if, a relationship is what you need right now, is what I'm kind of picking up just from your energy. Is you're not even sure if you want to be even in a relationship. So if it's something that you don't want to be in a relationship with someone, then don't give the signals or the ideas to them saying that you're available. If that's something that is conflicting your energy, then be honest and open about it and discuss it beforehand. No be entering into a relationship if it's something that you don't want. Because obviously he does and you don't. So somebody's got to be honest here and say, if you're feeling insecure about yourself and feeling like under threat because there's too many other available women, that you don't feel confident in yourself that you'll be able to keep this person happy. There's something that you need to reflect on yourself, to sit back and say, listen, what's wrong? Why am I being, so insecure over this person? You must have a lot of insecurities to think that nobody. I don't know. I don't know what to say to you because you sound very confused. And if it's you just met him last night, you know, get to know the guy first off. Get to know the guy for go on a few dates and get to know it and see what it's like. Get to know him. And like not sitting down and wanting to have get married like tomorrow. It's not like that. Get to know the person and you know understand them. But I don't think that he's too concerned about other options. If he's got other options and he's choosing you, I would take that as a compliment. You know. Okay, Tamara Forever, are you here? Tamara Forever. Carmen Scalesi, hi from New York. My birthday is March 18th. May I please have a reading? Thank you kindly. So Tamara's not here. Is there anybody on the YouTube side here? Because I can't see. Hang on, let me check and see how many people are on the YouTube side. I can't see how many viewers there are. Hang on. I think they're lost. Darla Leanne. I don't know how many people are watching. Hang on. Hang on a sec, guys. Oh my. It's getting lit up in my ashtray here. Start everything on fire. Okay, so there's nobody on the YouTube side. Okay, so we're switching to Facebook. I guess we're dealing with Facebook. Okay, Nathan Keith. Okay, so we're just gonna go by the comments then because people on your end. Okay, so Carmen's Glacy. Okay, so is Amanda Springer here? Because there's nobody really on the YouTube side except for one person that's not commenting. Okay, so Nathan Keith, you're here. Jazzy J's here. Jade Crutcher isn't here. So, okay, who is it from the list? Amanda Springer's not here. Okay, Amanda Springer, you're here. Okay, hang on one sec here. I'm just gonna mute that on that side. Okay, so Amanda Springer. Okay, so we want a mediumship for yours. Let's see if I can have that candle burning there. My fan's going, so it's. Let me just turn my fan off for a sec so I can create the candle. Live without the fan for a minute. Okay, so bear with me here. Give me a second here. Did your friend, hang on a minute here. We got a lot of images coming in. Who's the person that has the long brown hair? And has it kind of tucked behind their ear? I'm seeing like almost like a brown-eyed Susan, or a flower that has a brown center. It could have white flowers around it, like white petals, or yellow petals, or light-colored petals. And I'm seeing the color purple. Does that resonate? The person that they're showing me is female. Well, it could be male with long hair. Could be male or female. It's showing me a side profile of them. They have quite a broad, a nose that's kind of a bit pointy, but not overly pointy, but it's very narrow looking. I'm feeling warm in the chest area, like down the side of my neck into my chest here. I don't know if that is Nathan Keys. That seems like Mia. No, this is for Hey Sun. This is for Amanda. Sun Lehman. Yeah, I can put your name down. Did this person have a tragic death? Like, I don't like doing mediumships public because there is personal information that comes through that, you know, I want to say, but at the same point, it's pertinent to the information. I'm getting the feeling that this person has passed with a tragic. It wasn't like a very welcoming transition for them. It was very quick. It was it definitely wasn't their time to go. There I'm seeing the color green as well. I don't know what that represents for you, but a green kind of like a light colored green. I feel that this is really I feel like this has kind of ripped out your core. Like this has really affected you and has literally destroyed you internally, like emotionally ripped out everything that mattered. It seemed like it was like something was ripped away from you. Like I felt like I saw an intertwining of of a person with another person. So it was like you guys were like almost like tied at the hip. You guys were inseparable. You guys did everything that you possibly could do together, which hasn't changed. Like you guys were so entangled that the entanglement happened with you guys that you guys were hard to separate. Which it hasn't, just because they're gone physical doesn't mean that entanglement has stopped. That entanglement still continues even after passing. Um, but intertwined, like you guys were inseparable. Like you guys couldn't do anything without the other. Um, like you couldn't live without the other person. It was almost like you relied and you needed that person. It was like life support for you. That without that person, you feel absolutely dead. But when you're around them, you feel you come alive. Um, but when you guys are separated, when you're like doing your own thing at your place or they're at their place, it's very hard for the two of you to even separate to be able to do that. Like you guys were either together all the time, doing everything together. Like you really didn't have really alone time away from each other, connected. Um, they miss being in the physical. They miss being physically with you. They're trying to adapt to not being able to, reach out and touch you the same way as the physical. They're having a very hard time adjusting to that. Um, who's the person that does a lot of rocking? That's like does a lot of like rocking, now, or somebody, one of you guys does this, kind of to find comfort, or um, due to anxiety, you end up having little quirks about you or him. Um, but there's somebody that has little quirks about them that little habits that they do. It could be when you're thinking, you just kind of like just zone out and you just kind of are rocking away, and you could be just sitting there and you end up continually having to have movement. So I don't know if this person suffered from a hyperactive disorder or had to constantly be moving. Wasn't the type of person that sat down or did a lot of sitting around. Was very active, had to be continually on the move. It could be representing that. Um, Not one to kind of, slow down, live the fast life, never really had any thoughts about, the behaviors or the risky behaviors that they were doing. Um, so there is a regret. As far as they didn't take their own life, but they were, I'm not saying a car accident. His mom and mother-in-law. Um, Hello, Darlene. Um, was it like lungs or something to do with the lung area or the throat? Because, like I said, I was getting warm in the throat, and then I was getting here on the right hand side that there was something going on here on the right hand side or left hand side. Sorry, um, that could have been going on here in. I'm not sure if the appendix is on the left or right. I don't know where it is, but there could have been something going on internally here. But I'm feeling more the throat into like the chest area, if that makes sense. Was he on life support? Because I feel that there is calmness on the side where he is. Like it's very calm for him now. Um, Almost too calm for him, if that makes sense. Like he just really have, um, how would you say? Like he wasn't kind of all over the place. He kind of went with the flow, but at the same time, um, he wouldn't like, um, just go out in left field and grab things or do things just randomly. He was very, kind of lived, within the dimensions of his self. He didn't really take too many like major risks in his life. He kind of colored within the lines, if that makes sense. Um, but the biggest thing he's showing me is that he really misses that um, the physical reality. Even though he's in, spirit form now, that he's able to still communicate with you. He's gonna. There are gonna be things that are strangely gonna happen. You're gonna end up smelling his cologne or smelling him at random times throughout the day. And when you're feeling stressed or you're worried, you're gonna find that he's gonna come in support. He's gonna show up. You're gonna end up feeling just random things happening. You're gonna feel like somebody's staring at you, and you're gonna feel like somebody's looking at you, like out of the corner of your eye. You may catch a glimpse of him, kind of manifesting a bit. Don't second guess it. If you have a dream about him, you may end up having a dream about a familiar place with him. That's going to be another sign that he's going to give you. He's going to end up coming through your dreams and giving you a familiar setting that you both had spent time at, that only you're going to understand it. Nobody else is going to know that information because it's strictly for your confirmation and nobody else. That way that you'll know that it's him. And it's gonna give you a message through there that only you're willing to hear. He doesn't want to, share anything openly. He's very closed off when it comes to you. Like he's very protective of you. He's very protective of your energy. He doesn't allow people to come near you. He almost is like, it's almost as though that entanglement has created you a guide, a protector, to ease your mind that, he's over there watching out for you, watching what happens with you, almost like a little guardian angel for you. But he's upset because, the pain that you're feeling right now, it's not pain that you should be feeling. It's that he's not gone. He's just changed into a different form. And not to allow yourself to get too caught up on the physical part, even though it's an adjustment, it's a transition. But you can have communication with him. You can request for him to come to you and give you messages or enter a dream before you go to sleep. You want to have a dream or communication through a dream with him, but he's going to communicate to you through a dream. That's going to be that's going to be very familiar to you. That's going to have representations to you, and doesn't. He's not one that is going to share information with me, because that's not what he was about. He was very private. He kept the ideas and thoughts and anything that you would discuss is private, and it remains that way. It still does. Um, so he's not really. He's just giving me information to let you know that he's going to come to you. He doesn't want to have to go through someone else to get to you. He's going to make direct contact with you. Um, he prefers it that way. He would rather it be that way, which is fine. I don't mind at all. I'm just passing on the message. But yeah, so watch out for those things. And it's fine. Like, I don't mind. I run into a lot of energies that can be like that, where they don't want to share the information, because frankly, it's none of my goddamn business, is what he said. Um, it's nothing that pertains to me, so it's not really anything that I need to worry about. Um, if it was relevant to me, then I would be available. But I get a lot of that when I do deal with some spirits. When they cross over, they kind of are like, "Who the fuck are you? Why are you here?" And they're already freaked out that they're already there, right? Um, but you get the odd one that is kind of like, "Who the fuck are you? What are you doing here? How are you able to be here and be in two places at one time, where I can be there communicating with them and still be in the present?" And it sometimes it infuriates them that they can't do that, or they couldn't do that when they were living to experience it. That they're kind of not really trapped, but not able to do that. And it gets very uncomfortable. I get a lot of energies that I do come through. They do carry a lot of their history. If they take it with them, they can take it with them. So anybody that tells you that they can't, or that is living a happy life and living in rainbows and unicorns and sunshine, is full of shit. Okay, I'll tell you that right now. Um, they're very much living in a dimension that's very similar to ours. Um, they are able to time or travel within the dimension of our existence. Um, they just take on the different formation, that they're no longer contained. So they're, it's like living in this world that that we perceive as, of reality, the outside world that we exist. They exist in that dynamic as well. And what happens is, it's like you're automatically shifted, and you don't realize that you're actually shifted until you go to grab something or touch something, and it's like your hand will, you can't push that item anymore. It just, you can't do it, you know. And whereas you're able to have that action happen within the living, you know what I mean? So the physical body is no longer there to assist. It's gone. So you're not able to move in the same way. But it gets pretty exciting, because the minute you have a thought of them, wherever they are, you know, in their dimension, they come immediately to you in the snap of a finger. The minute you have a thought of them, they're automatically called in, and that's how you end up calling them in. And so every time you have a thought about them, you're calling them in, and they usually arrive within a few minutes or seconds, or depending on how quickly they respond. But anybody that's going to tell you that they live in unicorns and rainbows and they're happy and this and that, the ones that I've come across and that I've dealt with are very much living in a reality like ours, but they're very um, they can send the information through the like vibration. They can't communicate like verbally, but it's through vibration and images, and they operate in a different dynamic. Um, it's almost like they're doing, what's that game called? Charades, or, where you draw a picture on a board and you have to guess what the picture is. You kind of have to do that, and then you start getting used to what they send you, right? So it can be very time consuming doing a mediumship. It usually takes me an hour to do a full one. Doing a quick one here on the live stream is very difficult to do, so I can pick up information, but it could be information that's pertinent to another part of the story or another part of what they want to say, that they're sending it all at once. So it's like I'm getting like shot everywhere, and information's coming in so quickly that I can't place it or put it into sequence sometimes right away. He's okay. He's not suffering anymore. He's not suffering by any means. Um, you know, he looks at himself and he's like, "Hey, it could be a lot worse. I could not even be having this experience." You know what I mean? You're welcome, Amanda. And I'm sorry for your loss, but they just take another form. They never actually leave you. Your entanglement is so there that I wouldn't be surprised if he takes on the role of a guardian angel for you, or one of your guides, because he's very protective of you. He does not want to let go of you, and he feels that if he lets go of you, that he'll never find you again. So your entanglement, your attachment to each other is still there. The cord that entangles you both from the physical has transferred over into the spiritual world. It hasn't been cut, it hasn't been severed, and it hasn't been disconnected. So you definitely are still connected. So don't be surprised if later down the road, when you are old and you're coming to your end, that he isn't there to be there for you. I guarantee you he'll be there. He's not going anywhere. He's not leaving your side. He said, come hell or high water, I'm already separated by the physical realm. I'm not leaving. The physical has already been taken. I'm not giving up on the rest of it. Darlene Stewart, you're a skeptic. What are you a skeptic about, Darlene? But he's very, very brash with people. Like, keep your distance from me. Like, I'll decide if I like you or not, kind of thing. He's just kind of, he doesn't really, he's not very inviting. He's not very, oh, hey, how's it going? He's kind of like, what are you doing? Like, why are you here? Like, what is up with this? Like, this isn't, something that I thought I would experience. I thought this was, a little strange. Darlene Stewart, I can never hear from my mom. She never comes through. Darlene, who do you talk to? Did you not have a good relationship with your mother that she doesn't come through? The only reason that I could see her not coming through is either the terms that she left on. Is there a list I can be put on? I have memories of the spirit realm so vivid that I never forgot. I know, Nathan, it's very different. I can't wait. To tell you the truth, I can't wait to be on the other side. I have experiences with dealing with spirits, and there's times where I wish I was there instead of here. There's a lot more carefreeness. There's not really a whole lot of worry. There's not a whole lot of suffering going on. There's not other people working in ill intent. It's not anything like here. I would rather be there, to be honest with you. I would not want to remain here. And there's many times where I feel like I could die tomorrow and I would be happy. The only thing that ties me to this world is my children. I don't want to leave them, and make sure that they're safe and sound and everything is taken care of for them. Once that is is settled for them and they're well on their way, and they're secure and they're doing their thing, then I would feel comfortable leaving. The only thing that's keeping me here currently is my children and the existence of them. Um, I don't really have a lot tying me to this realm. And when I do my transits, I end up spending a lot of time there. I would rather be there than being existing here. Like even if, I would rather be asleep and having dreams than to be awake and living. Like it's just so depressing when you're awake and you're seeing the world the way it is. It's it's not, it's nothing like here. It's way different. Me too. I just want to be with my friend again. I miss him, and well, he's so happy. And it's not that you guys, you don't lose contact with them. They still will still be there. They're part of your soul family. They're part of your connection or new connections that you've created while living on this earth plane. You take everything that you leave with, everything that you want to leave with, the choices, the decisions, the memories you want to have, and the connections you want to keep are yours to keep unless you choose to not have them. Your decision is everything that you want to have happen is in your control. Um, Taking your own life before it's meant to be is really not the way to go. Um, it's it's not it's not that you can't have, like the Christian belief of suicide and everything else is wrong. It's that you have a plan to fulfill while you're here. To live and have these experiences and take them with you and learn and grow and develop. Um, learn how to love and be compassionate to your fellow man. And I went to this experience when I came back into my gifts. I had this experience of a message came through to me that the life experiences that you're experiencing today are usually the polar opposite of what you experienced in your last life. Explaining that what you experienced last time, you chose not to re-experience it, and you wanted something different, but it's in the opposite form of what you experienced last time. So if you're you know for me, when I got the message and I got some information from my Akashic records and everything, I came from a very hoity-toity family, and I was very very selfish, very ignorant towards people of lower caste. And this time I'm having to live out in the life of what it feels like to be on the receiving end of being a lower caste, or somebody that is not of popular, the common folk. um so I've had to deal with racism and the whole nine yards, and prejudice and everything else, because that's how I gave in my past life. And now it's my learning is to learn how to be a more compassionate, caring person. And for the longest time, I wasn't. And like until I was about 14, still everything started happening, and it was like, what the hell? Um, it started in my bedroom one late at night, and I freaked out. Um, and I didn't want to do it. I was scared. My mom used to say, "What the hell's wrong with you?" And I was adopted, so they didn't understand, being native and being blessed with gifts and stuff, being a seer, as we call them in the native culture. Um, I just walked away from it. I didn't want anything to do with it. It freaked me out. I didn't want to have to, go through that. But it's the connection that I wanted to carry through from the previous life. Yes, and that's the other thing. You are the opposite sex of what you were in your past life. So I was masculine in my past life. I'm feminine in this life. And my next life, I have the option to choose masculine or feminine. um, and usually the partner that you choose is the opposite of what was in your past life too, and you have connections to them. You bring them through. Like the partner that I have now, we've gone through living in the same houses, Like I lived in the house first. Like I was the one that came first. So I was the one that passed before he passed. Um, he came after, so I almost laid the groundwork, said that I would be on the receiving end, I would be there to receive you, and that I would go and lay the groundwork for us and make the path, and you follow through, you come through and you follow that path. And he literally did. He moved from Ontario to BC. I moved from Alberta to BC to the same city, within the same city, and we moved into houses that I'd lived in, he moved into, and we didn't even know each other at the time. The last house that he moved into, his brother moved into, and he lived there. Um, and then he moved into my house, and that's when we came together as one. But everything up and leading up to that was parallel. He would end up showing at the same workplace that I worked at. He was a temporary employee where I worked at. He would show up at the restaurants that I would show up at, eat at the same restaurant, eat at the same bar. He would go to the same bar that I would go to after work, with friends, and we met there once, and I didn't really pay too much attention to it. And then I asked for the universe to deliver my soulmate, my partner that is meant to be here with me in this time, and he was delivered to me. And ever since then, we just have the bizarrest things that are happening. Just there's no possible way that you can end up moving. The chances and the possibilities of you meeting your partner that lived in the exact same house prior to you moving could live in the same, move into that exact same house out of the selection of many, um, is just unsurmountable. Like there's no possible way that that opportunity could happen, for someone. I'm sure it maybe has, but you know, to hear about it is just, it doesn't make sense to me. It just blows my mind because everywhere that I went, he would end up following and coming there after. It was always an after effect. He would show up after I've already been in that environment. He would show up into that environment. So it's very, very bizarre. Um, and we're comfortable with each other. Like he's comfortable doing his own thing. I'm comfortable doing my own thing. But I had a lot of fear of losing him in the beginning. Like I had a lot of fear surrounding being separated. Um, like that, having that little bit of separation would freak me out, when we first got together, right? Um, but over time, I realized I'm letting my past come into the present, and it's affecting the current situation and how everything is supposed to unfold for us. Right. So it's it's a blessing to be able to experience that. Um, you know, and to be comfortable enough in your relationship that you're not required to be 24/7, but you can still work even if you're in the same vicinity 24/7 together. But we do, we he can be outside and I can be in my room, and there was a stage where we went through, um, communication. Like I would be thinking about something, and he would be out in the shed or in the garage working on something, on whatever, and the radio would be playing, and it was like the words that were coming out of the stereo was exactly what I was saying to him or thinking about, and it was bizarre. And he would do the same thing to me. He would transmute into the actual music. It was it was it was mind bending. And it happened though because it was really happening. People would think you're absolutely nuts when you tell them this, but it does happen. And it's just, it's mind boggling. It blows your mind wide open about the possibilities of the whole dynamic of it. It was that. Kate Hullett, how are you doing, hon? So back to the readings. Nathan Keith, did you get a spirit realm reading? Bright lights and light figures around me. Well, Nathan, I would have to say that if you're seeing that, there is something that needs to be done on your part. There is messengers being sent to you that you need to start, checking in to doing your work that you've wanted to come back to do. Because apparently they're having to send in people, um, and forms that are giving you, like saying, like, pay attention to what's going on around you. Start doing the work that you had invested in coming here to do. It's almost like your guides are here to assist you, and you're not using them. You're not using the process. You're not doing the process. You're not doing the work to maintain. But you have to start doing the work. It's time for you to step up now and get involved. Your time is arrived. It's time for you to start understanding your dynamics. With all the information that you have available to you, you need to start making use of it. You need to find a teacher, somebody that can assist you. Through meditation, you can connect to them. Through prayer, you can connect to them. You will know when if you're seeing that your connections are being tested right now, and you need to actually make that connection. You need to start doing meditation. You need to start requesting the information to be coming in, that you're ready to receive the information, that you're willing to accept what is meant for you to have, that you're willing to do the work. Your commitment is needed now, on behalf of your guides, for you to step up and do what is required, or what is meant for you to be done. But you have to go through the stages. It's time for your training to begin, more or less, is what I'm getting from that. Training is time to commence. Get the training started. Start doing the legwork, and doing your stages. I always call them stages. Doing your earthly training now for receiving, is what I'm getting for you. You need somebody to help you. You need a physical. About your past life on Mars? Where did you receive that information from? Nathan Keith. I think I talked to you before. Are you the guy that ended up possessing somebody's body after they've already passed, and you ended up taking over their body? That you're not the actual person that the body was meant to have? My dreams and visions while meditating. Okay, hang on. Well, then you have to find out what is meant for those from those messages. It's asking you to decipher your information. We'll have to sit down and talk after, Nathan. I don't have time to really go in depth here because we do have readings to do. What time are we at here? How long have we been going here? Hang on one sec here. An hour 45. Okay. So I got a few minutes, and then I'm going to go have dinner, and then I'm going to come back. But Nathan, send me a PM through my page, and I can help you. I can give you some guidance in what my experiences were. I don't share a lot of them because people would just think they're just totally out in left field. But they're real and they do happen. So I can relate to you and understand what, some of the experiences that you went through. So who else is here? Marwa, how are you doing? So who else is here? Who's still here? Sorry. Rowena put Jazzy J. So who's still here that needs a reading? Rowena put, I do have a pendulum. If you'd like to ask a question, I can do a pendulum reading for you, no problem. Oh, we're tangled here. Oh, we're tangled. Hang on a sec here. Let's get this untangled here. One sec here. There we go. Oh. So post your question, Rowena. Indra, you're here? So Rowena, what was your question? I'm just going to go by the comments here. I'm just going to pick random people. Going by the list because I can't guarantee that everybody's still going to be here. Jazzy J is still here. Indra, you wanted a love reading? Okay, so Indra, I'll make you next, Indra, and then we'll have to choose from the next people after that. I'm just going to randomly pick. Marwa, did you want a reading from you? You're on the YouTube side. I don't know if you want a reading, but I'm doing Facebook and YouTube at the same time. And Sue, you're here. Okay. On the route tip. Rowena, I am trying to connect to my dad through a pendulum and wondering if he's concerned. If he is concerned to me. Through your pendulum. Is Rowena connected to her dad through her pendulum? You need to program your pendulum. You need to have your energy engulfing your pendulum and be totally one with your pendulum. So you need to spend some time wearing it. Whatever you're using as a pendulum, carry it with you in your pocket. You need to get more of your energy surrounding your pendulum because your energy is all over the place. It's not fine-tuned into your pendulum. You need to train it. You need to have that that energy only for your pendulum. You can't let other people have contact with it. because when I just asked that, it was going in all kinds of different directions. It wasn't giving me a yes, it wasn't giving me a no, but it wasn't even asking me to repeat the question. So, being all over the place with your pendulum, or your pendulum's all over the place, is not going to give you the results that you want. If Rowena ends up doing what I told her to do with programming her pendulum, will it work better to communicate with her father? So it said yes. You really need to program your pendulum, and maybe that's why it's not working as well. Like mine, I don't let anybody touch it. It stays with me. I'm the only one that handles it. It doesn't go anywhere. I use lapis lazuli crystal as my pendulum. I handmade mine. I didn't buy it. I cleansed it. I cleanse it probably once every couple of weeks. I charge it before I do readings through a candle. And I always wait for it to define itself. Like, I don't take what is the first answer unless because it may end up doing a bunch of different ones, and then it will end up, doing what it's meant to do. So it'll go yes or no or ask again. But it always takes time. Like, I never just, as soon as I drop it, I never let the answer be the first one that it gives, because it could end up changing because the pendulum is swaying or whatever. I don't let my body influence or movement influence it. So I wait until it's defined, and it defines itself quite well. So I would program your pendulum for it to be able to be accessed better, and keep it, if you have to keep it in a little, keep it in a little velvet bag or something, but don't let others touch it. Don't let other people play with it. Keep it strictly hands off, because you don't want other people's energy to disturb, the vibration for you. How do you cleanse it? I have one I ordered online. I cleanse mine. First of all, I do it with water. I wash it with water. That'll help clear the energy. And then what I do is I'll carry it around with me, or I'll wear it like as a necklace for the first, I don't know, for a good week before I use it. When I do programming, I put it, or when I want to charge it for readings, I hold it above a candle to burn off any energy, or you sage it. But I will keep it encased in my hands like this, and I'll program it, and I'll say that, my pendulum, I only want information that is from spirit, and spirit only. I don't want any influence to come from any other sources but spirit itself. Even if the information that I receive is against what I want it to be, I'll pay attention and use the information that I'm given appropriately, and with the intention of giving truth, and only truth from spirit. You know what I mean? So you come up with whatever you want to invest, or the intent you put into your pendulum, and you just hold it, and you charge it, and you hold it, and you create good intention, right? But clean it with water, and then sage it, wear it, and don't let people have access to it. So keep it, in a bag, like in a little velvet bag or a little sock or whatever, but keep it, away from other energy. But mine usually just hang, because I'm the only one that handles them. Nobody else handles them. Everybody in my house knows not to touch my cards or my pendulums. And then you program it. You ask it for its way of telling you yes, and it will give you a yes answer, and then it will tell you no. You say, "Can you give me a no answer?" And then it will tell you the direction that your no's are going to be. And circle is usually means ask again. So those are, it depends on how your pendulum wants to act. But you allow it to have an identity, you know. You're new to crystals and stuff? Yeah, there's different ones. Like, I have other lapis lazuli. like they're gold, blue with gold flecks through it. And I still have some for sale that you can use the pendulum. I can even make the pendulum for you and ship it and cleanse it and everything too. But you find one that you like and one that that you're drawn to, or that's gifted to you. You choose the one that you're most drawn to, because each one has a different influence, different energy. Like I have a turquoise crystal, a turquoise Native American one that I use as well. I'm doing good, India. Okay, so next is Sue Lyman. We're going to get her out of the way here. So Jazzy J, you'll be next. Indra, we still need to do your love reading. Indra, are you connected with someone right now currently? Are you like in a relationship? Or are you interested in someone in particular? Because having their birth date, I can see what's going on numerologically for you pertaining to your love and connection with this person. So if you want to send that information to me. Let's see who else is here. Can you set the intention in it for people? No, you can't. You cannot set intent. You can set your intentions of doing good and stuff like that, but you cannot set or set the intention to affect the will of another person. You can't set the intention to get information from somebody else without their consent, out of respect. You can, if you want to be just totally walk into somebody's life and do that, then you can go ahead and do that. But it usually doesn't have good ramifications for returning back. You know what I mean? So, Indra, you're married and you're wanting a love reading. What is your partner's birth date? So 07 1971. What's your partner's birth date? You too, Nathan. But PM me, Nathan. I can give you a hand later on if you'd like. This is 09 01 1980. Okay, so Indra, what I'm going to tell you right now is that you are following him. He is the leader in this journey. He's the one that is laying the groundwork for this journey. Or he chose to come and now wants to take on the opportunity. You guys are very in tune. You may have very well have spent your last life together and have returned into this life and are working through some issues from your past lives. There might be conflicts showing up within your dynamic of your relationship that have created some imbalance. But it is workable, it is manageable, it is able to be worked upon. You have to meet him and come towards him. He's, like he's standing here, he's making offers, and you're neglecting to want to step forward and move in that direction for whatever reason. But you're reluctant. You have some reluctancy about you with this relationship, or you're reluctant about movement within this relationship. Because everything else really balances out for you guys. You are very in sync, but you're just out of alignment on a few things. What those things are, could be just differences. Like your personality differences might clash, or your opinions might not be, uneven. You may have conflict between the two of you where you're not seeing eye to eye, where the opinion of one person isn't felt by the other. So you need to learn the word of compromising. You need to compromise within this relationship. On both sides he needs to be more compassionate to you and what you're needing. You're wanting more from him because he has more to give. You're seeking, him to validate things that are going on with you. Heard he was unfaithful, that's why. I'm not feeling that he's unfaithful. I think that he is, in a sense, more advanced in the spiritual path, if he was to choose that. I don't know if he's on it, but he has the ability to be on the spiritual path. That dynamic, either he's not. He could very well be, he's moving. His direction is definitely not the same path as you. Like, you're definitely both on separate. You both have separate agendas. You need to learn something in this life, and he's on a path to learn something, but you guys are together to work together so you can support each other through this. There is a slight misalignment there. I don't feel as though it is him being infidel or being unfaithful. I'll pull some cards here. Hang on, let me see what the cards come up with. What's going on with Indra and her partner? Is her partner being unfaithful? Is Indra's partner being unfaithful? Is the information of do you feel trapped within this relationship, Indra? Are you feeling like you're restricted or contained? That you have less freedoms? You are doing most of the sacrificing within this relationship. But I don't feel that it's, like everything that's important to you takes second place to him. But I'm not getting that he's unfaithful. I think that he's, if anything, he's moving in his own direction. Because I'm not getting that he's being unfaithful. I'm getting that you're investing a lot into this relationship. You're committed, and you're not receiving what you rightfully feel that you should be getting from a relationship. You feel that you're lacking or being neglected in some way. And I don't sugarcoat it for anybody, but I'm not getting unfaithful. The thing I'd be concerned about is where you're getting this information from. I don't think it is a valid source that you need to give or pay mind to. I would just kind of let it go in one ear, not the other, because I feel that this person is not providing, in certain aspects of your life. Right. Like, it's more about his priorities and what he needs to get done more than what you need or what you're needing out of this relationship is what I'm getting. I'm a disabled mom and wife. So your hopes and dreams kind of went out the window. You really don't have, your hopes and dreams have kind of, faded into the background, which means that you need to make new ones. You need to come up with a new idea of hopes and dreams and what you're wanting from life. Because the ones that you may have had in the past are, now having to be evaluated. You feel you're out of his league, and you've been married to this person. So you're feeling a little bit uneasy about, him being able to, have more you know, room, or you feel that he's going and searching for somebody else that's more able to, you know, be, um, you know, more accessible or more available to him? Are you feeling like you're a burden or anything, or feeling like you're just not adequate for him? You're feeling that you're out of his league physically. I'm not getting that. I'm not picking that up. I'm not receiving that kind of information. Okay. I think it's just you're getting inside your own head, and allowing those thoughts to kind of have a place there. I think it's time for you to kind of take those and put them outside, and you know, continue with your life. You know, he's either going to choose to be part of that and see that you're a strong person and that you want to be part of it. But if you're checking out of the relationship and you're not wanting to be, you know, in knee deep in it, then you know he's going to get them. The communication's going to come through as you're not interested, that you don't want to be in this relationship. You know, you don't want to give the miscommunication or the mixed message of, you know, that you're checking out, because you don't feel that you're good enough. You know, that's no way to keep yourself at a low vibration. You know, you're a perfectly healthy person. You have, you know, you get up every day, you breathe, you get, you know, you do what you have to do to get through the day, and you know, I have to adapt to a different lifestyle. But that doesn't mean that you're not deserving of having, you know, a loving husband. And that's why he should have a loving wife too. But if he's not feeling that you're there, that you've kind of checked out, or feeling like you're just not into it, because you're feeling that he's not into it, it could send off the wrong communication. And you know, if the communication is being misinterpreted, you know, that could be something that's going on. Like I said, there's something that's a bit off between the two of you, that's not in alignment. That needs to have that clarification. You need to sit down and have that conversation and let him know that, you know, if you're making him feel uncomfortable, or that you don't want to be in this, or that you're not feeling it because you're questioning yourself, you know, clarify it. Just come out and say, listen, honey, you know, I'm having a really hard time here. I'm just not feeling myself. I'm just feeling kind of out of sorts, and I don't know what's going on or what I'm supposed to be feeling here. But I'm feeling that, you know, I'm feeling a little bit off because of what's going on here. I feel, you know, he's told you that he's been unfaithful. Well, if he's going to be the type of person that's going to have a preconceived idea of how a relationship should be, and is going to be a judgmental person, and all, he doesn't. He always tells me no one is going to separate us. So why are you feeling that you're second guessing yourself? He's telling you exactly what he's feeling, and you're not having enough faith in it because your own insecurities and fears are having control up here in your mind and your thoughts. No, a woman called and told me. A woman called and told you he was unfaithful. So that's what I was saying. That information that you received, I wouldn't pay no mind to it. And who is this person to you? Is it valid that you can, is it a reliable source that you can guarantee that she's telling you the truth? Or is it a person that likes to meddle and create drama and cause problems in other people's lives because their life is unhappy? Or is she the woman that he had an affair with? Because if it is, then, you know, she could be just a vindictive cow and just wants to create problems. Or somebody that's interested in him that wants to disrupt, you know, so she can get at him. You know, there's a few different scenarios that could be going on, but you need to understand where you're getting your information from, the source. Is it a reliable source? It was an unknown call. So if it was me, so if I was, okay, this is just a scenario, okay? This is just metaphorically speaking. If I was to call somebody's wife to tell them that they were having an affair, I would let them have access to the information and make it valid. I wouldn't be calling unknown. What do you have to hide for? You're already calling to say you know this information, so why do you need to hide behind an unknown caller? That's what I'm saying. Can you validate this person? Do you know where this person or how the correlation with this person being involved in your husband's scenario or everyday dealings, where she fits in? Did she give you a name or anything, or she just kind of, oh, we had an affair, blah blah blah? I wouldn't pay no mind to it personally. I think it's just mischief too. I don't think that, I'm not getting the idea that he's having an affair or that he would be in the throes of another woman at least. You know, he may look at other women, but to actually physically go and be with another one, I don't see him doing that. But all men are going to look. All men are going to, take a look at another woman, you know. Tara Wilson, hi. How are you doing? So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to take a break here. I need to go to the washroom, and I am going to be back. So give me like 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. I'm going to go to the washroom because I need to go pee. I need to take a break for a second, and I will come back. And I've got Whitney, Jade, and Jazzy J, and Sue Lyman I have on the list for when I get back. So I definitely have you guys here. Helen the Poet, how are you doing? Helen the Poet, hey. Hey, can I ask? Good, my dear. And I'm okay. I'm awake. Could I ask a question? I'm just going to take a break for a quick second. You guys just came as I was just going to take like a 15-minute break, and then I'll come back and do some more readings. All right. So I will see you guys in about, what time is it now? It's 7:54 where I am, so it's almost 8 o'clock. So it could be 11 o'clock with the rest of you guys. Give me a 15-minute window. Let me go and deal with my house and get these guys taken care of for their dinner and take a pee break, and I will be back. Okay, and I'll do another hour or so. So just give me a quick second just to refresh, and I will be back. So don't forget to follow my page, and then you'll know when I'm back doing live, because I'm not going to advertise. I'm not going to repost in all the groups, so you have to follow my page. And that information is on the description of the request, or the Native Mystic Oracle on Facebook. Go there, follow it, so that you can find out when I go live. Because when I do a secondary live, I don't always post to the site, to the groups again, because I don't want to spam the groups. I don't want to get kicked out for spamming and doing like multiple live streams. So you have to follow the page for the second viewing. So tune in, and I will see you guys shortly. All right, 15 minutes, and it's 7:55. So by 8:15. Pacific Standard Time, wherever you are right now. So 15 minutes from the time that it is right now, wherever you are, I'll be back. And I'll be only doing this via my page. So you have to tune in there. Okay, bye. Or on YouTube.